What's up, sports fans? Are you looking for the latest on Northern California sports? Then take a trip out west with me, your host, Gina G, on Reppin' to NorCal Sports, right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. I'll be bringing it to you all the way live every Monday at 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern. And it's always a packed show. I'll bring you everything Dynastic 49ers, the bite of the San Jose Sharks, torture of the San Francisco Giants, the Golden State Warriors that we still believe. Then take you across the bay to the rise and grind of the Oakland A's. I've got you covered on college ball from the Cal Bears to the Stanford Cardinal, so that no matter what, reppin' in NorCal Sports is always reppin' the Bay. So if you bleed red and gold, or you're looking to keep an eye out west in them thar hills, don't miss me, Gina G, on reppin' in NorCal Sports. Catch me every Monday at 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern, and I'll have your fandom repped harder than a trio of defenders guarding Stephen Curry before his buzzer beater is Gucci.
Hello and good afternoon, everybody. My name is Corey Pujols, your host for Palm Tree Sports, brought to you by IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for everything that is sports. Again, happy Saturday. A lot to unpack, not a lot of time, but we're going to get through it. First things first, let's talk about these Rays. I want to jump right into this. The Rays, the last time we spoke, all right, we're on the outside looking in, playing good baseball. Now they're on fire. All right, we're gonna step back today. They lost 10-3. Before that, however, they were on a roll. I mean, let's make no mistake about it. They were 9 games back. Okay, the last time we saw them. All right, well, on the channel. Okay, and now they're, what is it? 4 games back, 4.5 games back. Is it? Um, Absolutely dominating the Yankees the last 2 games. Okay, one run ball game, important. All right, lost one to the Marlins. It's okay. We'll get it back. I apologize for the allergies, guys. It's rainy season, basically all season here in Tampa. So, but did good. For the most part, getting here. A couple of hiccups against the Red Sox. That's okay. These things happen. I'm really impressed though with how they handled the Angels, of course, and back to the Yankees. That's number one. So we got to take them out. No way around that. One more here against the Yankees tomorrow. Let's wrap that, put a bow on it, and let's move on to the Blue Jays, yeah? Not a lot of games left, right? More than halfway through the season, of course. So it's pinch time. Every game matters, right? Every opponent matters. Got to win these. But it's favorable. I think we can do it, all right? Got some returns from injury. Huge. We were playing good baseball for all intents and purposes due to some of these injuries. So, it's impressive. Definitely going to have to see where this series with the Blue Jays goes. It's a, 5-game series? All right? And winners, obviously, is where we want to be with this. But more importantly, you don't want to drop 3 games here. All right? Definitely want to go 4-1, if not 5-0. All right? I'm hoping 5-0. So that's the important part about that series. I think it's the longest series before the end of the season. So let's win these, build some confidence, move on from here. Very impressed with the baseball they've been playing. Let's just keep it up, and let's not get blown out by the Yankees again tomorrow. Okay? That 10-3 didn't have to be a 10-3. All right? It could have been another one-run ball game. Excuse me. So that's what I have for the Rays. Always proud of them. As I've said before, we make it this far, get hot, make it to the playoffs, sometimes see the World Series, but we got to bring it home. Hopefully we can do that this year. Let's get it together, boys. So that is it for the Rays. That's why I wanted to jump on them, because normally I'm opening with Tampa Bay Buccaneers, but I wanted to switch it up a little bit, especially giving their due diligence right now, since the Buccaneers haven't played a game yet, a regular season game yet. So that's how we're going to rock with that. Now, we're going to go ahead and move on to the Buccaneers, though, as we would normally do at this point in the show, for the Rays, that is. Now, there are a bunch of things to talk about here for Tampa Bay, okay? One, biggest thing, Chris Godwin, game time decision against the Cowboys, okay? We want him to play, however, we want him to play at 100%, not 95, not 97, not 99, all right? 100. If he's not ready to go, that's what we got Julio. That's what we got Russell. That's why we have these stable of receivers, the best receivers in the league, okay? So let's be smart, Mr. Head Ball Coach, Mr. Todd Bowles, all right? If Chris needs time, give him all the time he needs, all right? We got him for 3 more years, okay? Let's not use him up, all right? So, Mike Evans, I saw this question on Twitter the other day. I think it was yesterday. He said, is Mike Evans an underrated receiver? Well, you can answer that question for yourself. When you do your top 5 receivers, is Mike Evans 1, 2, or 3? No, you're tripping. Because we consider Jerry Rice the GOAT, and he's Mr. Consistent. Okay? If we consider the most consistent guy in history the GOAT, for all intents and purposes, right, especially in the playoffs, why would we not feel the same way about Mike Evans in the sense of, 8 years, each of them 1,000 yards receiving. The first quarterback he had was like Josh McCown or Luke McCown or something. Okay, what? 1,000 yards with that guy? Yeah, it's wild. How many other receivers are doing that? I mean, maybe what? Devontae Adams, Justin Jefferson, what's your boy? D Hop. There's a few, not many. So yeah, Mike is in that conversation, and he'll show it again this year. I'm positive. Now, no Gronk. A little problem, a little bit. I wasn't impressed with our tight ends. All right, minus Cam. All right, now I've met Cam in person. Probably mentioned this before. He's a big guy, great personality, great smile. I can't wait to see what he's going to do with Tom, okay? I think it's going to work. The other tight ends, questionable, okay? Didn't see much from them in the preseason, and they had all the time to show us stuff, okay? So I would like to see some productivity from them, but, we'll have to see how that goes, okay? We'll honestly have to see how that goes. Now, with the tight ends, the receivers, and the running backs will be taking, I guess you could say, some of the load off in regards to how much Gronk brought to the table as a 3-down tight end, yada, yada, yada. Great in blocking, great in receiving, great route running, can finish a play, greatest tight end of all time, right? So you're going to have to supplement that with multiple guys. Enter Keyshawn Vaughn. Okay, this guy is number 4, is it? In the depth chart, okay? It's either 3 or 4. 1 is Leonard Fournette, 2 is Rachaad White, okay? I think 3 is Giovanni Bernard, actually, and 4 is Keyshawn Vaughn. This guy showed serious growth in the preseason, okay? He looked great. I want to see that in the regular season. He's going to get his chances now because Gronk's not in the lineup. So we have to get more creative with the play calling. The way to do that is involve your other guys. Easy peasy. Tom's done it his entire career. So now he's going to get the chance to do it one more time. All right? Speaking of Tom, yes, there are what you would expect there to be as far as relationship problems with a 7-time Super Bowl champion in Tom. Okay? Now he wants 8. Who could blame him? I mean, he's already untouchable. But, I mean, who's really stopping him this year from getting another one? Unless it's, something extraterrestrial, right? Not conventional, right? I believe the NFC got weaker in the offseason. I think that's obvious. And the AFC became that much better, of course, with the likes of players Devontae Adams leaving the Packers, going over to the Raiders, and things like that, of that nature. The Buccaneers have a straight shot to the NFC Championship game, if not the Super Bowl. However, we have to play well. Tom has to be Tom, and we have to stay healthy. Probably the latter more than the top, right? We got to stay healthy, okay? So, I believe we can. I believe Todd Bowles can do his thing. The guy's a winner, all right? Don't consider the Jets. No disrespect to the Jets. However, that was not the best situation to throw a first-time head coach in, okay? Let's be adults here. That roster, what was going on there, it was very hard. It was like what's going on for the Giants now, okay? The Jets have some direction. The Giants, they don't know, if they want to draft good players and then let them go. They don't know if they want to not draft a quarterback. Like, what do you do if you're New York and you've invested this time in Daniel Jones and you're saying, hey, that guy down there in Tampa is going for his how many Super Bowl? You want to win. I know. So the question is, does Daniel Jones get you there? Well, down here, we don't have that question. The question is, are we going to finish? Okay? Now, I want to bring that around to make this full circle. Not a big fan of the Rams. Okay, don't like the Rams. Didn't like them when they were in St. Louis. They knocked the Tampa Bay Buccaneers out a couple Super Bowls back in the day. Okay, so we don't have the greatest history. Last year they received the Super Bowl. Okay, I'm like Batman. I don't believe in coincidence, but they're still the champs. I can't take that from them. Okay, so with that in mind, watching that game, okay, against the Bills, who the Buccaneers beat last year. Okay, great game by the way. Might have been game of the year, but we won. The Rams did not. Yes, there's a time difference. Yes, there's an off-season difference. But you're the defending champs. You know? They're kind of expecting you to come out and go ham. That was baloney. Like, you know, guys? So, for the Buccaneers, that's a great sign. That's what we want to see. So, the team that we just saw in the NFC Championship, or, NFC Divisional Round last year, you know, they don't look too hot. So, fingers crossed. Wish them the best. Not so much. Anyway, moving back to Tampa. Rachaad White he's tremendous. I can't stress to you how impressed I am with this young man. I can't wait to see what he does tomorrow night specifically. And the league is going to get a good look at an old man still doing what it does, because he came out and he played a couple of series with the first teamers in the last preseason game. Did very well. Okay, yeah, play calling still gotta adjust. Players still have to acclimate, but Tom looked good. Tom looked like Tom. Okay, I'm not concerned. Stephen A's not concerned. All right, good. Green is good. Okay, so let's go Tom. Let's go Bucks. No issues really reported. Only good news. Tristan Wirfs did practice fully again, so that's good. We have to wait on Ryan Jensen, of course. It's unfortunate, but we noticed. Get well, Ryan. We need you, but we need you, at your best. So take your time, get healthy. Wish you the best. Can't wait to see you again. Let's see here. There's not too much out of that. Practice has been good. Todd has been happy, to say the least, with everybody. There were some cuts made to the depth chart, obviously, to get to the 53-man roster. Everybody knows this already, but if you don't, I'm going to touch it real quick. Devin Tompkins was cut, and we brought him back on the practice squad. That was big. And Logan Ryan was cut. He's back. That was planned. Todd Bowles said it himself. There was one other noticeable cut and then add to the practice squad. Also, the outside linebackers were retained. So we have pretty much everybody on the team that you wanted on the team, that you expected to be on the team. Mr. Irrelevant, Grant, he was traded to, was it Indianapolis? I believe it was. So he's going to go make an impact over there. It was a blessing to have him on this team, Grant Stewart. But he put some stuff on tape, got noticed, and now he has to put, in position to start. So good job for him. Wish him the best, of course. Obviously, Ross Cockrell was cut. My bad. It said started. He was cut. Yeah, I could see that coming. He's good in run defense as a corner. Pass defense, he's been beat for a couple of touchdowns recently, as in the last 2 years in his stint with Tampa, where I could see where it didn't look good. So, noticeable details there. Everything else looks pretty good. Yeah, I don't think there was anything else regarding the Buccaneers. So, let's go ahead and take a break. When I get back, we're going to talk college football. It's beautiful. I can't wait. And again, my name is Corey, your host of Palm Tree Sports, brought to you by IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. All right, you guys, welcome back to Palm Tree Sports. Uh, this is again Corey Pujols, your host, and it's brought to you by IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. Now, before I left you guys a second ago, I said we were going to talk college football. Let's go Noles, then Gators, okay? Noles played a great game, okay? Defeated LSU. I was impressed. I watched the ending, I should say, and I was kind of happy for you guys. Can't complain. LSU folded. Don't know what to say about that one. That was questionable. But a win is a win, so I'm happy. Now, the next step is going to see where you guys go from here. You already beat a good team, okay? Now, you got to build on it. ACC, winnable conference. What are you guys going to do? All right? 2 good games. Now, as far as rivalry week down the line, it's shaping up to be something special because the Gators just pulled off a big upset last week. Looking to pull another one. It's kind of an upset, kind of not, if they win tonight. Last year, we lost to Kentucky. This year, we're ranked ahead of Kentucky, and they were ranked before we were. Enter Utah. So we upset Utah, get the W, okay? That was a hopeful expectation. This week, we expect to beat Kentucky. However, last week, Kentucky was ranked 20th. The Gators were not. Now you can see why it would be a bit of an upset for essentially either team. But, you know, as a Gator, looking at the game, we lost last year. Let's get the W back. Let's get that W back. Noticeable things across both those games. FSU has them a quarterback. So do the Gators. FSU played better defense. But I would argue that the team aspect was handled much better by the Gators. So there's up and downs, right? For FSU, there's a bit of tug of war, right? Because you're going to have to be great on offense, period, the end. But your defense is going to have to hold you together sometimes in a game like that, where you know it's not going to be high scoring, high defensive game, right? Way to show up defense. Now the Gators are going to try to answer that call tonight. Kentucky does not have the best roster in the SEC, okay? They probably don't even have a top 3 or top 4 or top 5. That doesn't mean they're not dangerous, okay? So we got to go in here, laser focus, 7 p.m. sharp, all right? And we got to handle business. Or else, the Kentucky-Georgia game is going to be the one to watch out for instead of Kentucky-Florida. Or not Georgia-Florida, my bad. So, let's go Gators. It's going to be some blue-on-blue crime tonight. Here. Noles, again, good work. I'm trying to remember what that last detail was. So, for Gator fans, you guys may have noticed there's only a handful of returning starters, right? As far as the big play guys, right? So you have Cox Jr., right? We have God, why am I forgetting his name right now? Anyway, I'm gonna have to skip him. Anthony Richardson, of course. Naquan Wright, the running back, number 6. Let me not forget him. Now, the running back Johnson last week, I can't remember his first name off the top of my head, Johnson did phenomenal. Okay, he fumbled, but he did phenomenal. Okay, this week will be a little bit different. All right, Kentucky plays defense. We're not gonna just go walking into their back line, scoring touchdowns left and right. I would love to, but that may not be what happens. Now, if the Gators do everything they're supposed to do, it could be a blowout. All right, control the line of scrimmage, control the time of possession. It's not going to be a good night for Kentucky. If Kentucky gets rolling early, it's going to be a dogfight. It's going to be a dogfight. So we're going to have to start early. We're going to have to start fast. And I believe Billy knows that already. Billy is a tactician. I said this on Twitter the other day. He is an absolute tactician, okay? His ability to maneuver defenses with play action in pre-snap motion is nuts. It's almost pro level, okay? It's the type of stuff Tom does under center, right? This pre-snap motion, identifying the middle linebacker, finding out if the defense is in man or zone, how many safeties are they going to drop. All these little details from a QB perspective is crucial. And AR is learning it on the job. And look at the talent, man. Look at the talent. I mean, two of the single most disgusting high Q plays I've seen in college football, okay, by anyone, played college football, okay? You had that 45-yard run it was for a touchdown. Now, when you look at this play, he breaks down the safety by looking him to the other side of the field, right? Safety gets on the other side of the hash. That's it. He takes off. Bang. Your speed versus my speed. I'll take my speed. AR scores a touchdown. The second one was the 2-point conversion later in the game, and he spun out his former teammate, okay, Amu Diabate, and another defender, and still got the score. So, if you hadn't seen that play, one of the most filthy plays you'll ever see. I mean, he made two grown men, okay, grovel, for all intents and purposes, okay? Impressive. Very impressive, okay? So, a lot of love for Billy in his opener. And also, last thing I want to touch on for college football before we move on is how beautiful it was to see Billy request the actual, top 10 opponent, or a good football team, not a football team that has to come here, make some money, get smacked, go home, L next inning. Okay, nobody likes that. They have to do it, but nobody likes that. We want to see good football. That's what last week was. It was such a good football. And talking to other Utah fans, they were the nicest people in the world. Nobody was crap talking or being disrespectful. Everybody was just like, yo, what a game. What a game. And, I feel the same way. Obviously, it feels good to win. But it was really nice to talk to those guys, to see it from their perspective, And also, I'm happy it was Utah. That was a good team. They play defense. The quarterback was a dual threat, had no idea. Guy had wheels, okay? That was impressive. And they went toe-to-toe with Florida. That's no easy thing to do in the swamp. I've been many times. I love the swamp. It is not easy to go in there with 90,000 going strong in your face, singing Tom Petty, okay? We get jiggy with down here. So, Florida State, no difference. Their call is a little bit different. It involves their arm going forward and, war paint. So, and listen. It's part of the culture. It's well respected. Just not on rivalry week, okay? So, but, seriously, it's good to see the work going on in college football. It's been an amazing 2 weeks so far. I can't wait to see what happens next. I'm not going to go into detail, but Texas is going to be joining the SEC in 4 years or something like that. Or they're going to be playing Florida, essentially, is the point that I'm making. And to see them go, blow for blow with Alabama was amazing. And little history fact, if you guys didn't watch the game, That was the first time they played in 100 years in a regular season matchup. In a conference, or not in a conference matchup, but just a regular season. So that was incredible. Hopefully, the Gators in Kentucky can bring that same kind of energy, tonight. It's going to be a good game. Noles, just keep doing what you're doing, yeah? I mean, just keep doing what you're doing. Winning, just win, baby, right? As the old man once said. So, next up, we have the Lightning. So, the Lightning are in the offseason, of course. Soon to return. Can't wait. Not too much that I haven't already said about the Lightning. And I'm just praying for the best for them. Because now, especially with the Rays, right, we're coming down to the end of the season, and we're seeing our team second place, looking good, playing some pretty good baseball right about now. Okay, so what we want to do is channel that, right? We're going to channel that energy here in the city. We want to channel that over to our boys on the ice, okay? Because it's time for them to go off, okay? It's time for them to have a wonderful season, to make us proud once again. But much like the Tampa teams do, we got to wait just a little bit longer. Just like we got to wait for Tom. Just a little bit longer. Because normally we're playing at a 1 o'clock game. Tom gets here, 7 o'clock, Thursday night football. Then we're going to travel to Germany. That's going to be cool. Munich. Yeah. Can't wait. So, but, like I said, for the Lightning, the boys and ice are going to get jiggy with it soon. And just praying for the best. Praying that they stay healthy. All right? Because that's been a thing. And I haven't talked about this yet on the show regarding the Lightning. But they do well even when people are hurt. That is the mark of a champion. To be able to still have that leadership, in the locker room, to still have that voice. My boss at work, he plays hockey. He loves going to the Lightning games. We always talk about it at work. And he's telling me, he's like, if we could stay healthy, it sounds crazy to say this, but our record could be even better. And, he's like, I'm not trying to ask for too much, but wouldn't you have loved to see your favorite team with all your favorite players, but play at the maximum potential without injury bug or, suspensions or whatever the case may be, And it got me to thinking, imagine that. Imagine the Lightning with no injuries, right? No external issues, just the boys playing hockey. That's a hard team to beat. It's a real hard team to beat. See the last 3 years for further examples. Let's go ahead and get into this final break. And after that, we'll talk a few random notes about the world of sports here in Florida. Got a couple of high school teams that are highly ranked in the nation right now, Central and St. Thomas, so shout out to them. Congratulations, and, may the force be with you. Literally, go out there, use everything the coaches are teaching you, everything you learn in practice. I miss playing football, so I can only imagine how young guys feel. Get out there, practice, keep your head down, square your shoulders, learn everything, okay? Everything. And you guys will be successful. And then you'll be able to go on to the USF, University of Florida, University of Florida State. All these colleges that can get you where you want to be. That's the trick. That is truly what it is. And have fun doing it. All right. So, again, this is Corey Pujols with Palm Tree Sports, brought to you by IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. And we'll be right back in a few.
Hi everybody, it's Calvin here from USRN, here to give you an important message. Since 2017, we have done our absolute best to provide you with nothing but the highest quality of sports calls in the greatest of quantity possible. Thanks to you, our station has grown more than we ever thought. That's why, with your help, we would like to grow even further. Just think, twice the amount of your favorite calls, 24 hours of coverage, talk shows, play-by-play, game-by-game analysis, and so much more. That's right, USRN2 is officially in development. But we can't do it alone. We have set up a GoFundMe page that you can access from our homepage on the left of your screen. We also are planning special giveaways and prizes to our highest owners. Our goal here at USRN is to bring you the best calls possible at no cost to you. In order to continue to do that, we need your help now. Please check out our GoFundMe page, and if you would like to know how you can help, you can email usrnradio@gmail.com. Without your support, we couldn't do what we do.
What's going on, football fans? This is me, your boy Larry B, inviting you to join myself, Colin Reynolds, Mike Pat, and John Felipe for one of the most electrifying football shows you have ever heard. 3 and Out, right here at IE Sports Radio. Recap of the week before, a preview of what's to come, and of course, 3 hardcore head-to-head prime-time face-offs each week. You don't want to miss it. College football, and do you want to hear a college football show dedicated to all that is college football, including junior college and the CCCAA and the NJCAA, the NAIA, and the NCAA, including Division III, Division II, Division I AA in the FCS, and Division I Single A in the FBS? Well, then look no further. Join myself, Larry B., and my colleagues, Mr. H-Town Blake Henley, and Mr. Christian Espinoza, each week during the college football season for the latest in college football on 3 and Out College Edition, right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
Are you a fan of the best teams in the Buckeye State? Then this is a show for you. This is the State of Ohio Sports, where I, your host, Andrew Higginbotham, will bring you all the professional news as well as all things college from Northeast Ohio and Cleveland, all the way down to Southwest Ohio and Cincinnati, and even in the heart of the state in the state capital of Columbus. So if this sounds like the show for you, check out the State of Ohio Sports show every Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 11 a.m. Pacific on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
Alright, everybody, I'm back. Corey Pujols here, Palm Tree Sports, IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. And we're going to wrap things up with a few random notes, just some things that are going on here in the great state of Florida with some of our teams. One, we're going to go down to Miami real quick. Dolphins, alright, you got the Patriots tomorrow at 1 o'clock. This is going to be a good game, alright? Anybody keep in mind this. Tua Tagovailoa versus Mac, okay? Both starting quarterbacks, Alabama under Nick Saban. What more do you want? I mean, from a QB perspective, right? Josh Allen already played. Tom plays Sunday night. Here you go, all right? You guys want to see some serious dual threat action? Tua Tagovailoa is probably going to bring the wheels out, all right? He may have to, especially with those speedy receivers creating space. Don't be surprised if this man runs the ball a couple of times, okay? As for Mac, oh yeah, he's a sniper. You know, just aim and shoot. So, expect him for some serious back and forth against that defense that plays really good against the pass, but they're not going to be perfect, okay? So, Mac, Tua, week 1, 1 o'clock, it's going to be good. Can't wait to see it. Also, down in Miami, the Miami Hurricanes played today. They took care of business. They were playing Southern Miss, not a ranked team or anything like that. Nothing for them to really be concerned about. They're ranked 15th, 2-0, ACC. Gonna bump into FSU at some point. We'll see what happens there. Speaking of FSU, all right, they have coming up Louisville, okay, next Saturday. Louisville magically always seems to be a thorn in FSU side, okay? Y'all beat Louisville, y'all will be ranked. That's how I see it. That's pretty much how I see it for Florida State. Beat Louisville, you're ranked. After that, Boston College, Wake Forest, a couple of, close competitive games I could see y'all having there, but you can win those games. Then you see NC State, that's a slightly better team. Then you got to go see Clemson, all right? You go find out what y'all made for October 15th. That's how I see it, all right? So, as for everything else, that's pretty much it. Like I said, we got Gators up next, 7 o'clock. It'll be a little bit later, of course, for the start time, but they're up next. And then tomorrow, NFL football. Week 1 officially underway. Let's go Bucks. Go Jags. Go Dolphins. We'll see what they're able to produce tomorrow. In the meantime, between time, you guys can follow me at Corey Pujols on Twitter. I'm always talking sports there. Always engaged in an entertaining conversation. So come through. Let's have a chat. Tell me what you think. Tell me what you don't think. Whatever works for you. Again, my name is Corey Pujols, your host of Palm Tree Sports, brought to you by IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. Thank you again. Have a wonderful day, everyone. Enjoy the rest of the games. Good night.
What's happening, sports fans? Are you a fan of Southern California sports? Are you looking for a show hotter than a hot summer day in California? Then look no further than the SoCal Supreme Sports Show, where I talk about all things Southern California sports. That's right, all sports teams from Southern California. From the hard-hitting tackles of the NFL, to the killer crossovers and big three-pointers of the NBA and WNBA, to the grand slams of the MLB, to the bone-chilling goals of the NHL, and to the booming kicks of the MLS, the SoCal Supreme Sports Show has it all for you. Oh, and let us not forget about the college sports as well. So join me, Taryn Rodriguez, every week here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
What's up, everybody? This is Taryn Rodriguez. Are you a fan of volleyball? Are you a fan of Thunderous Spikes? Then I have the show for you. Set Point, where I cover NCAA men's and women's volleyball, high school boys and girls volleyball, beach volleyball, and even professional volleyball. Catch the action every week here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.